That's fantastic, man. For a little channel like this, just
Okay, we
starting out,
should be
all
live.
kind
If
of
it would
shiny gear.
only
I got
decide to
raided by
detect DDO, we
noticing
would be in
too.
great
I mean,
shape.
wow. I want to extend my appreciation to all the people who
Maybe,
have been in chat
maybe not.
and talking and watching. I mean, that counts too. That's important stuff, you know. Um, so I really
How about this?
appreciate you being here.
That's too loud.
And I'm going to find someone to raid. So who do we want to raid? Let's see.
Oh, we should probably turn this stream off too.
0 viewers. Surely that means you just.
There we go. Excellent. Now if OBS will behave itself and pick up DDO, will be great. So we are just getting a little bit of sentient XP. And there are a couple reasons for that. One of them is, of course, we like sentience XP. And another one is we're just a hair off of 21. And 21 is when we get to swap out some gear. And then after we get that, we'll probably be doing Evening Star chains. But for now, we're just going to cruise through some couple rares here for a little bit more sentience XP, which we're not even using at the moment, but is always good to have on deck. And there we go. So because that's enough to level, this will be our last circuit in the wilderness here. But we're just going to do a quick run around on the rares, because they're here. And it's just a nice thing to do. Fortunately, we have all of our gear already picked out in the bank, so we'll make a quick trip there, and we'll head over to Evening Star. No Singing Sword, and no Dryad, so we can make a quick turn. No Hearsay. No Woodwoad. Getting really unlucky on rares this time. No Red Cap. No Troll. Alright, so we had the Displacer Beast, and that's it for up top. So here's hoping we get some of the ones down below. I'm looking a bit red. A bit dark.
Built a village among the boughs of this towering tree. The tiny creatures flit effortlessly from house to house. Fortunately for you,
Ah, a little better.
the branches form a web for the village.
Okay, that one's not there. Let's see about the Wisp. Nope. No Wisp. Which means we are down to one last rare to check for.
In the midst of the swamp stands a curious hedge. Though you search
Nope,
for some
super
sort of
unlucky.
legend, spooky,
Only one thing at all. This is okay though. We got what we wanted. We'll just try to take these out so that we can recall safely. Here we go. Let's change our stream title, shall we? Is not accurately representative of what we are doing this evening. Airship, thank you. Make this even smaller. We can put it here. Very good. So, on deck for tonight is the Evening Star Chain. That is our plan. So, we're actually going to get our key out. Oh, I haven't gotten it out of the bank. This is fine. We'll go to the market. And after 21, we make a quick trip to the bank, so we'll get our key, we'll get our gear swaps, and we will be good to go. Now, one thing that we haven't done, we are not using a good weapon at the moment, but it should be fine. We want combat archery. Thank you. And of course, we'll grab something else here. Sure. We'll grab search, spot, and reflex. Come in handy. And off to the bank. So we can get our key, we can go to Evening Star, and get our gear swaps. Assuming that the bank decides to behave. There we go. All right. Show me rings. So much nicer now that they have this way. Right, we will take Whispering Ring, and we will take Wicked Insanity. Take the Belt of Wicked Insanity. We'll take Drow Huafui, or however that is pronounced. And we will double check our build. Let's see. Yes, yes. Excellent. That'll do. Oh, we need our archaic device. We'll take that. And we'll also take a look at the other rune arms. Yeah, we'll take this one as well, because we're going to want this one at 24. Alright. That should do it, because we already replaced the other ones. The drow thing, what now? Thank you. Right. Belt of Wicked Insanity. Ring of Wicked Insanity. And we also want Whispering Ring. Whispering Ring, here we go. And we will be keeping on the Dusk Lenses for General Potency because we like General Potency. And that should do it. We still have this on for Relentless Fury, even though the rest of the stuff has superseded it. We still have our Sharn set, of course, and our Epic Voice, which has augments in it, which makes things much nicer. And yeah. Oh, and Croc Boots for freedom of movement and constitution. And of course, our outdated weapon. But we're fine with that for now. Now, what we're not fine with is the fact that we only have 4 inventory slots. So, it is time to ditch the out-of-date stuff. All right. This we actually want to put on. And we want to ditch the bow of sinew. We already have one of these, I think, but we're going to drop it in here for the mule to take. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of a lot of stuff, actually. Rat catcher. We're not using that anymore. We're going to use that shortly. The arc welder also goes in here. Trapsmiths goes there. And we're going to sell all the greens. This goes up here. Black velvet capelet goes in here. Let's see. Of these two, that has mythic. That does not. This one gets stored. That one gets to be food. Lightfoots get stored. These are over here. This is over here. This stays on me. This is food. This is also food. This is also food. We have so much food right now. Our fear gaze is over here. This goes in here. This is food. Well, we'll keep it around for now. Key lock ring. Oh, we need goggles as well. Nice. We want magnifying lens as our new trapping item. Key lock ring can go in here. Magnifying lenses come down here as our trapping swap. This comes down here for a swap. And we're just moving along. Now, Nocturne Ring goes away. Signet Ring of the Sky goes over here. Skull Ring goes in here. The Golden Bangles go in here. And Dinosaur Bone Bracers. These are already bound to our character, so we're going to toss them in here for now, just in case we want to do a build with them. So that clears more than enough space for now, especially once we just straight up sell a bunch of stuff. But the other thing that we want here is we want our key to the city. Key to the city. Free up 5 spaces with that. And off we go to Evening Star. Oh, looks like there's already a group up. Impossible demands. That looks like what I want. Although it said he's in the Spinner's prison, so I don't know if he's currently actually on that quest or not. But we will find out in a moment. It's always better to group with people if possible. Like, can I solo this? Yes. But it's faster and easier if you group up. And good, they haven't started at all yet. So we can get a chance to sell some stuff to prepare for the runs. And I have Golden Guile on hand just in case. Get rid of all that. I still have to carry components for now. And we'll repair everything while we're at it. Excellent. Then we can go grab the quests and head toward the entrance. Now, I do not recognize this guy's name, so I don't know if he's just been around and not on the same levels as me, or if he's newish, or what. So we're going to see how all that goes. have everything we need right now? I'm gonna say yes. Yes, we do. How are we on spell powers? We're pretty bad on spell powers, actually. Okay. So yeah, we're only at like 200 something for our various points. So I might switch over to the Inquisitive Imbue because we have ranged power of like 70. I mean, our spell powers are like 250-ish. So if we look at the difference between the imbues, like this is 1d10 and d6 is otherwise, because I did take the extra dice as opposed to the always d10s, whereas this is d8s scaling with spell power. So we have d8s scaling with spell power, which is, you know, not bad. It's 250, so d8 times 3.5. Or we have d10s most of the time scaling with range power, which is, we'll say 150, or scaling with twice range power. So right now, against non-lawful, because I don't have all the filigree and the gear that I will have later, that will actually bump up my spell power a lot, I believe that it is stronger for me to be using law on my side. It won't be as good against Reapers. Well, actually, it really depends on if I can keep Archer's Focus stacks up. If I can't keep Archer's Focus stacks up, then the Elemental Imbues are definitely stronger. If I can keep them up, then the Law Imbue is stronger. So it looks like we're going to try to wait for at least one more. So in the meantime, we're just going to do a couple Slayers out here. Just kill some stuff. Not that there's a whole lot to kill out here in King's Forest. But, you know, we can pick some people off. We can get some of Elminster's notes. A little bit of extra XP while we wait. I swear there's one of the notes in one of these buildings. Guess I'm wrong. Have them mixed up with some other set of buildings. That's right. I'm fairly confident there's one over here.
It may seem folly to say, well met.
I mean, it's only 2,000 XP, but we're just kind of chilling, waiting for another dude to join up. And 2,000 is better than not getting anything.
And fools always believe in themselves. So I say to ye, well, but I wish she had seen Evening Star before the darkening. A place renowned for its stately charm. That these lands have been marred by evil is a tragedy.
So he asked if I know the quests well, and it's like, yeah.
I've been chosen of Mistra from
Yeah, I know these quests pretty well.
Now I have chosen ye to help preserve Mistress Memory and all of Faerun. We both search for the thread of the weave. If I am such a mighty mage as some say, what need have I of help? Well, even the powerful cannot do all things in all places at once, and ye should not undervalue thy own power and worth.
Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and start without waiting for another one. You run in first. Alright, good. Get our buffs rolling. So many buffs to cast. Most of them don't make that big a difference. Like, do I really need jump at this point? Probably not.
Where is it? The priestess demands. Do not play games, fool.
So I don't think we're gonna kill her all. There we go.
The priestess's wounds
Handled.
vanish. Fresh health.
And now we get to try to kill 10 people, so that we can get our our thing.
I see you again. I will sacrifice every last hostage. Stealth will
Come
be
on.
required if you wish to avoid more innocent
I misjudged the
bloodshed.
size slightly, which is not as bad as it could be sometimes, but
Beyond the door, you make out the jeering voices of drow soldiers.
take out the wizard, take out this dude. How are we? 6 killed. She'll be here soon. Just want to clear one more room.
One drow warrior, clearly a superior, gives orders to drows who avoids curses and scornful tones nearby. The priestess is close.
I'm just going to take this guy out. Now, should I be more protective? Should I be playing a little bit more defensively? Yes. Will I? No. There she is. And she's dead. Very handy, very easy, nice and quick.
These were not the last innocents to be lost.
Excuse me. Now we can pretty easily go to the next one. And I'm using acid because, all other things considered, not as much resists acid.
The realm of Cormier is known by some as the Forest Kingdom. Others call it the land of the Purple Dragon. 'Tis after an old tale of a black dragon so old, his
Little loud.
scales
I'll
had
turn that down here in a sec.
plum, whom Cormier vanquished. You walk in a land of kings. Cormier has been ruled by monarchy since its founding. There may be
Probably
those who wish
there's
for
someone
rule by
doing
council,
something outside,
yet
but it's
such
fine.
change remains a
This
book
is all
yet
normal
written.
and expected.
Only the royal have held the pen used to write Cormier's tale so far.
There we go. A little bit quieter. Now, where were we? We're going this way, yes. This is what happens when I try to juggle multiple windows. I run into walls. Which is generally a bad thing while juggling, but you know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. I have, however, missed my turn. I went the wrong direction. But it's okay. A little bit of free XP for just killing a couple things. Yeah, now we're headed the right direction. It's very dark, which is unfortunate, but, you know, they have said the drow are causing literally the darkening, so it being a little bit harder to see is to be expected. Where is our road? There's our road. And we're on our way. So we're doing okay on stats and all. Fortification's a little low, but we can always bump that up if we need to. We have chosen our past life stance to be stats instead of fortification just because, I mean, in theory, it doesn't matter. We should just kill everything. But sometimes you don't kill everything. Sometimes things can actually still attack you. And
It is not true that I always see the future. I look at life's vast tapestry and try to see the gaps where threads are missing. I do not always find them.
and off we go. Now this is an easy one to do pretty quickly if people know it. It appears that the other guy has been away for a while, so doesn't know everything, which is great, because that means it's a returning player. And we love returning players. Alright, the question is,
A lone drow seems uninterested by your presence. He makes no move to attack you as you approach.
actually, while we're thinking about it, make sure we have enough
The drow have
arrows here.
village cemetery. It's a wonder the drow are pillaging this village for more than just supplies. You must not allow them to. Trees have been uprooted in this area. The drow must have dug deep to find as many bodies as they could. A dark encounter has been eliminated. Crush the rest.
Alright, one more dark encounter down.
Peace.
This is what I get for trying to navigate backwards in the dark. I don't find the door. This is the door we were looking for.
The drow necromancer is raising the dead. Not even death can free the people of this land from these fiends.
There's the encounter.
Another encounter has been defeated.
And there's the dead dark encounter. And we'll just pick these guys off because we're here. And we are in turret form. Just drop an acid well on them. Takes out like half the party. And I keep forgetting that I don't actually have Death Ward cast on this character. It's fine though.
Answers have been repelled. The dead can rest once more.
It is handy to be wearing the epic voice so that we don't actually need to do any swaps to get our bonus XP. Yeah. Now we can hit the Lost Thread. This is only like, what, 2.5 minutes? Yeah, a little under. Very nice, quick and easy XP. Oh look, dudes. We're gonna ignore those dudes. We're just gonna go. We're gonna get the heck out of here. Now, there's a lot in this build that won't really come to fruition until later, mostly because of how well I expect it to scale with spell power, and a lot of that being like set bonuses that we won't have until we do our big re-gearing later on. So yeah, we're going to get various bonuses as we progress through the Epic Destiny trees. Like, we're going to get decent power spikes when we get Double Rainbow. Double Rainbow is very nice. And there's all sorts of things that are nice, but like, I don't think we're going to hit another breakpoint on Imbue dice, for example, until we get higher level. Because right now, I believe we're at 14. Yeah, we're at 14. We're going to be at, I think, 28 by the time we get all of our gear and extra talents on. And a lot of that is from stuff like, this is going to be 3 from the legendary feat. We don't get that until 30. So it's going to be a bit until we even get something like 21, in fact. Because a lot of the dice come from feats and filigrees. and I'm not set up for either of those until like all the way at endgame. So we're looking at a relatively weak leveling experience through epics here. Now, I know it doesn't seem like it, but that's just because these quests are relatively easy. But we will get various things as we go. So it's not like we're going to be weak. We just won't be, you know, strong. We will disable device. Thank you. Disable device. Disable device.
This is Ada's backpack. She's definitely been through here. As you search through it, another drow slaver and his minions arrive.
And that's Iconic D&D.
My companion? Good. I'll claim his slaves for myself.
Now, if we were really trying to optimize XP here, we would not bother stopping to free the villagers, just because the bonus isn't worth that much XP. It really isn't. Alright, there we go. That is one advantage to being a ranged class like this. It's relatively easy to pick out the slavers out of the group. And it's also relatively easy.
A drow is ransacking through the scrolls here, searching for something.
Even though the goddess Mystra is long gone, her scrolls are still protected.
So this isn't just a slave.
Alright, and he is very dead. Extremely dead, in fact.
Mystra's secrets. They're looking for this thread of the weave.
And now we get some bonus XP. Now, there's a trick that we're going to use later on to hopefully get full credit on this without needing to do any nonsense in the final fight. Because the final fight is a pain to try to do this stuff in. So instead, we're going to do it in the fight where you first free Anna. And there's a way to do that we will show you. And well, we can talk about it right now already. Which is that if you free them before they go aggressive, they become available to free again after you kill like the mini boss. Which means you can get double credit for those like 6 or 8 guys, which is very convenient since you only need another 14 at this point. It's blocked. Okay.
Newly captured slaves cannot escape.
Let's see. I believe it's everything except number 2. Alright, I forgot one. Pretty sure it's 1, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. I might be wrong. Let's wait till our guy is in with us. There we go. As my ally is attempting to kill the innocent, which is very paladin of him, of course. Paladins are known for protecting the innocent, unless, of course, you think the innocent are tainted, in which case they must be purged. Alright. Off we go.
A drow voice echoes down from the chamber ahead.
Alright, fine, we'll have a cooldown for this group.
What is Elminster's plan? Where is the thread of the weave? Speak!
Oh, that's right, I have deflect arrows. That makes these sorts of things way easier. Not because I can deflect all the arrows, of course, because I can dodge most of them. But the point is that dodging most of them is made extra effective if you automatically deflect that one that you miss every like 6 seconds or so. How are we doing on traps? 10%. So if you know like hotkeys and all,
No more of your tricks.
and you can free these beforehand,
That was no ordinary spell.
I don't know. It just
so the default keybind for dialogue options is Control and the F key.
Now use it to kill these intruders. No doubt they think I haven't noticed them skulking around.
Then we can come back here again
I can't stop
and free them
myself.
again. And boom. Extra XP. And off we go. I'm trying to think if I actually have immunity to energy drain anywhere here, because it would be super handy.
But the remaining drow in the temple aren't going to just let her be. Unexplained magic or not, Anna will need your help to get out.
Alright. We don't need to free them. We already got our quest requirements
Seen
done.
Torin and Cornwall? I hope they're all right. Stupid Torin.
So we have no more need to worry about the lives of villagers. We can just kill everything we see at this point.
Sang praises of the goddess of magic. Now the goddess is gone. Her temple slipped to ruin. Though the goddess of magic vanished long ago, Mistress' altar here still
But, you
remains.
know,
Odd.
we don't need to kill them if we don't want to. In fact, it takes extra time to do so, so we're just gonna skip.
This magic could misfire. Might kill you, like the drow who ambushed us.
I think this is the
Do you
right
think
way.
Elminster might help me control it? I should ask.
Okay. Did they get lost, or are there like spawns? Okay. There were spawns. And of course, we can come in here and get extra XP. Now, technically, this would be better if, like, he were the trapper and Anna were following me. Or, you know, if I were still the trapper and Anna were following him. So that, you know, we could do two things at once. But, you know, it's a chill kind of night. We don't need to go warp speed all day, every day. Oh, I have just now realized that there's a thing here. I didn't put on my trapping gear. It's just that that stuff is easy enough to do that I didn't need to. And also because, you know, I'm an int-based character. Int-based characters have an easier time trapping.
All we found were more drow. If it were here, they'd have found it and left.
So,
They'll never leave.
oh good,
Another
rest shrines.
shrine. If we get separated, let's meet back here.
Hi. We're just gonna, like, kind of stand and deliver here. Mostly because Anna is a very nice person to escort because her hidden power keeps her from dying. We don't actually have to escort her and, like, protect her. We just have to kind of lead her along, but not actually protect her, which is very nice.
What if I kill Torin? And if I don't go home? I can fight. That's what I can do. I can master this magic. Elminster will help me, and I'll use it against the drow because
Another drow magical.
Now here's the question.
Anna should
Do
be
I drop
able to
Sleet Storm
work with
without knowing if my ally has freedom of movement or not?
the back of the ruined
The answer to this is traditionally, no, don't do that, that's a dick move. But, you know,
Done some serious
that's not
damage
Sleet
to
Storm,
my
though.
slave operation here.
he says.
Fortunately, I have plenty of slaves. What rags.
Where are those drow archers? There we go. Take out the drow archers. I should have blocked that. You can actually like manually block to keep that from landing on you. A great success.
I can make it back to evening
Extra
star now that
free
you've taken
90k.
care of the drow.
I mean, yeah, it's like 10 minutes. Yeah,
Sorcerer about my
10 minutes.
I'm sure
But you know, that's still solid. You don't need ridiculous numbers. Like 10,000 a minute is really quite good, even in epics. Now, is it the same as a well-coordinated and fast Von 3 run? No, but not everything has to be. Now, of course, we do want to do Vaughn at some point, but for tonight, we're gonna chill in Evening Star. Or, well, if we get done with Evening Star really, really quickly, then we'll move on to something else. But we will see how that goes. There we go. Over the fence. Always handy to be able to jump fences. As we finish flagging for battle. For battle. Go. Fortunately, as I am not party leader, I don't need to worry about like updating the party description to show our quest advancement or anything like that. We let the other guy do that, and we just kill stuff, which is a nice way to do things.
Dusk has long since faded into night, but there is still no sign of the drow. Tension grows as the villagers anxiously wait for the attack they know is coming. The fence collapses with a crash as a war
Where's the Fury Reaper? Alright, now one disadvantage is that I am actually pretty squishy because, well, I just am. So hopefully that doesn't become too big of an issue and we can nuke stuff down anyway, but we will see how that works out. Plague Reaper down. We want to get the ones that she can kill first. Excellent. There you are. I knew there were some people hiding here somewhere in the shadows.
The foot of the temple of Amonator has turned to charred rubble by the drow's attack.
Ah, there's the spider.
Very spirited. You will make a fine addition. I'll have a slave panel put there just for you.
Is now secure.
There we go. It's nice of him to come out early. Sometimes it takes these dudes forever to spawn. I haven't figured out exactly what it is that causes them to spawn versus not. Like, I'm pretty sure these guys spawn after him. There we go. And we did put on our trapping stuff just to make sure that we spotted everything here. He appears to be taking the barbarian method of trap checking. Nope. Blocked that time. Drooper down. we got good spawns on that too. Just shower leaps, no waiting. Very handy. Take out the champ necromancer because, yeah, we don't want to deal with that. Undead necromancers are resistant to things. In this case, the things being acid damage, which, of course, is not that big a deal because, well, I say it's not that big a deal. It's not something I'm too worried about because they're also resistant to everything else. So it's not like I could switch to something different. I have this guy tab targeted, but he's not appearing. Okay. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There's the Soul of Cruelty one. That is a lot of dots. I did throw a heal on my ally, I think. Oh, he's really far away. Oh, and my cooldown's too long for me to get this on him. That's alright. We'll take a shrine break before we hit the end fight. Oh, he is out of mana. I should not have grabbed that soul. But yeah, the champ that put all the dots on me, that was a problem. There we go. Now we can use our last no holds barred charge. Clear this pack.
Now it's time to find the field headquarters and destroy it.
Go. Now we will shrine just for action boost charges. I do look forward to higher levels when I will have enough when I'll have more charges from, well, from enhancement trees and stuff. And I believe I have an action boost item in my gear set that I have planned as well. So this is not nearly as fast as if I were playing something like a nuker, but you know, you can't play the big nuke class every time.
Horrific creature looms in the distance. A mocking drow voice calls down from atop.
She will take what she wants. Nothing but corpses.
Yep, I'm sure she will. She is. And we can get a no hold barred up. If we could target her again, that'd be great. Thank you. It's alright. We don't care that there are guys on us. We hit our we hit evasion. Or well, oh, sorry, it's not evasion. It's improved uncanny dodge. But it's evasion. It's enough, is what it is. Alright. Chain 1 done. I'm out of beverage. And, you know, it only gave us 2 ranks, but it didn't take us very long either. Looks like he's taking a break. Alright, so that's chain 1 done. And we'll just claim another one of these. Why? I don't know. Just because, I suppose. Let's see, are there any other? Drow City chain. Alright. Let's see how far along they are. The problem is, I still have to run. I didn't get the quick teleport yet. Grab these quests real quick. And start the run, which will make me late. So now we get to take a nice relaxing tour of King's Forest. It is very convenient that there was already another group going for the next chain that I wanted to do anyway. I also don't think they've specified which quest they're on. So that could be another potential issue if they're already like partway through. But we will take what we can get and we will see how it goes. But for now, it is our responsibility as the late joining person to make my way there as smoothly and quickly as possible. Oh, it looks like of the 3-person group, there's another one who is just now on their way. So I might still be the last one there if that other person has the teleport. But at least it's not like they're midway through, like, doing the dungeons. So I'd have that going for me, which is nice. Unfortunately, there are not any real marks on the map to follow for this, so I have to essentially go by landmarks and memory, which is a little unreliable to say the least, but actually, how good is my pick lock? Only 62. I'm pretty sure I can still get that door when I'm fully buffed. Because I have like greater heroism and stuff. So someone else in the party's like, alright, I'll get a rogue, and it's just like, why? But then again, he was in party and he wasn't party lead, so I don't think he saw my class split when I joined. Because, you know, party leader gets that notification, it's like, so-and-so, class A, class B, class C wants to join, whereas everyone else just sees, this person has joined the party. But I'm pretty sure that 62 open lock will do it. I'm not 100% sure, though. Pretty sure, though.
I've fought to protect
especially since
all
it'll be
that is good
66
from
with
many
greater heroism.
lifetimes. 'Tis the power of Mystra that makes it so.
Unfortunately, I can't think of anything
I have
else I've
seen
got that
such
would
changes
bump
in
that
these
up. Like, I don't have
realms.
Insightful
Changes
or
beyond my
anything like that to dex skills. I also have DD for House of Chains. But DD is pretty easy to get in Epics. Just, you know, be level 23 and be in Shadow Dancer. And there you go. You have Dimension Door. Very convenient. Super handy. Oh look, Spell Wards. I also cannot see where I am going because the Underdark is super dark. In fact, it is actually darker for me than it is for you because, well, basically because of how my setup is. Because there's a light, you know, lighting me up, but it's behind the monitor. So when you're looking into a bright light, even a semi-dark thing is a little bit harder to see. So that's how it is.
Down into places that even the drow fear to tread. Falling into its depths would most assuredly be suicide.
Okay, we got dismounted, but that's fine. It just means we get to kill a couple extra dudes. The really funny thing about navigating this blind is that I am mostly going off of memory. Like, is there a wall there? I can't really tell. Like, to give you some idea of what I can see, like, I can see the outline on that door. I can see the lamps clearly, but I can't actually see the walls clearly at the moment, which is kind of funny. Like, the lamps and, like, the lighter stuff, like this, like, I can see this, the top of the steps, but I cannot see the front of the steps. It's completely black to me. Makes things a little tricky. What is here? 1 Barb, 18 Storm Singer, 1 Warlock. Interesting. I haven't actually done a Storm Singer yet. Oh, hey, I got Death Ward. That's really nice.
If your sources are correct, the laboratory with the flash stones should be through the open doorway to the test. An eerie green light pulses from one corner of this arcane laboratory. This must be where the flash stones are stored.
Stun those. Oh, that's why I backed into a Spell Ward.
You have found a box of flash stones.
Hey, Flash Stones.
Destroy necromantic
Ooh, and
cultists.
songs. Good songs, too. Now, one other thing that I have forgotten to do is I have forgotten to put in my Reaper points after I hit 21.
The unexpected glare of torches lights the room. No doubt this is where the house-sinned wizards study the scrolls they have funded from the surface.
Ooh, Incorporeality. No, I haven't actually ever been in that epic Destiny tree.
A powerful explosion destroys the
Wait, did I just kill people?
leaving
No.
the stone floor
They got out in time. Excellent. Oops. I didn't realize we already killed the guys on the ramp. Oh well, wasted a big chunk of a no-hold barred, but it doesn't matter. It's not like we're going to run out before the end of the dungeon. Alright. Put on our trapping.
Chanting pulses from the vast chamber ahead. From what you've seen so far,
There we go.
some sort
Oh, and I forgot to add the +5 from tools, too.
be underway. The guards watching the ritual chamber make no attempt to stop your arrival.
Alright, push it down. Alright. Yes, I know we can't exit with this, but it means that no one can interrupt the recall. So that's a really fast run. Yeah, over 60,000 in less than 4 minutes. The advantage of running with a party. Oh, wait, I don't need to turn left there. I need to turn right, I think. There it is. I need to actually use the street lamps. It always marks the opening of the night market. We become something different in the dark. Like, I'm assuming you have D-Door? Yes. Yes, I do in fact have D-Door.
Locked and barred. Well, in the bars of this portcullis shines the dim glow of House Dunrobar.
Go, taking a rare spawn, taking another 1 or 2 dudes. Just enough for a little bit of extra XP, not much. Oh, right, this one. Honestly, all things considered, not a bad time to lag. I mean, it messes with the stream, obviously, which sucks. But, you know, it's not like mid-fight and it doesn't get me killed. Unfortunately, I don't have, like, any movement skills or sprint boost or anything of that nature, so that is unfortunate. I do have Globe of Invulnerability if, for some reason, I were to need to run Feywild.
The personal quarters of Dunrobar's martial leaders boast vaulted ceilings and imposing pillars. Beyond them, Battlemaster Teblin's prized blades are ruined. All
Oh,
that remains
of course,
is to
he's
make the
a bard.
family
He also has D-Door.
as public a way as possible.
But we do want to kill a couple dudes.
The bell reverberates in the courtyard and throughout every corner of the Dunrobar. Suddenly, an angry voice booms from up above.
Who are you?
Cries the High Battlemaster of Dunrobar.
Why have you rung the bell? What? Nothing to say for yourself?
Pointing at you, he roars.
Warriors of Dunrobar, attack!
It's like, we have Dungeon Alert.
What have you done?
It's like, there we go. It's like, we have Dungeon Alert, but... we're just gonna hit uncanny dodge and ignore the fact that you're attacking me.
The weapons master of Dunbar lies dead.
There we go.
This was the work of the monster. One or another drow house will be blamed, and their alliance will crumble, just like the weapon master's blade.
Excellent. And we're done. Another quick run. Now we get to go free the slaves. Probably split in that one? Not sure, actually. It's like, wait. Are we disconnecting again? Alright, and off we go. Now, the thing is, there is a way to fix this issue with it being super dark. Like I could go into video settings. However, there is a bug with it that it doesn't like that if you have dual monitor setups. Like if I turn off or unplug my second monitor, then it's not a problem. I can change the gamma all I want. But if I try to right now, it does not work. If I just come here and I go to options and I go to graphics settings, does not work. So we must make do with it being unusually dark. Put up these because they give us more stuff. More stuff.
You find yourself in the Avathul slave pens. Due to the illusion spell,
Alright, we're actually going to switch to our trapping gear because most of these doors are easy, except for one of them. One of them is very difficult. But we have plus 79, so it shouldn't be difficult for us in this particular build. Even though, unlike most of the other skills, Open Lock is a dex skill, and not an int skill. So, being int-based does not give you an inherent bonus with that one. Oh, come on now. There we go. So, plus 79. Alright, so 88 failed, 96 passed.
The last of the guard captain investigates the racket.
What is going on here? Who let these captives out? Get back to your cages now!
Yay! And they die. What's with everyone's dying from misadventure?
Down into the main slave quarters. You will only find collared, obedient slaves in here. The slaves in the sleeping quarters are unattended by slave master or guard. Their collars ensure absolute obedience.
There we go. Great success.
In the workroom, slaves labor over jobs beneath their drowned masters. So the slave master quickly calls out, "A revolt!"
I don't know how much of that was me and how much was him.
An exasperated voice comes with the sound of
What? These collars are supposed to be infallible!
Gotta say, the holds are super handy, though. It's just like, do we need to worry about all these guys attacking us while we try to free them? No. In fact, we do not. We can just have them hold still while we obliterate the slavers, which is super handy. Hi. Alright, they'll go that way. I'll go this way because it has traps. Well, it has the one trap.
In the kitchens, slaves cook and clean under a slave master's watchful eye. Slaves stand beside large looms of spider silk, weaving fine garments for noble brow.
Alright. Wait, what? Oh, I got like dazed or something. Interesting.
It is time to face the heart of Windows Tower, slave breaker.
I didn't realize that the... Oh, he's dead. How unfortunate for him.
An authoritative voice can be heard down the hall.
Clean that up, slaves. I don't care if your fingers
Alright,
are
let's
bleeding.
see if I can't,
Your lives mean not. Who are you? Couldn't wait to give yourself to House Avathul? Very well, then.
Alright, this is a little bit much. So that's okay. We hit a cooldown and it works out for us.
What are you waiting for? Slaves, get them!
Oh, for some reason I thought this was a room that had traps in it. I'm off by 1.
This concealed passageway is lined with a thin layer of dust. No slave has come to clean here in some time, if ever.
What do you mean it's blocked?
You think you can escape us? Run if you can, slave.
Fine.
House Avathul will find
I don't know why it's blocked by everything, but sometimes that's just how it is.
With Avathul's slaves in open revolt and their slave-making apparatus in shambles, the great house will be pulling their support from the
Alright.
others and
Well,
forcing
I didn't do as much in that one as I did in some of the previous ones, but the party carried me through, so that worked out well for me in general. So we're going to double recall. So we can grab the last one. It is nice that he has a feather in his cap as a bard. Like, what else would you do? I had hoped the summons would do something. I mean, I'm sure the summons might be able to do something if you were, like, soloing, but they're so much weaker than human players that it's going to be hard for them to do anything because it will already be done by the time they decide to even try. So, that is the main disadvantage. They're just not great. So maybe they're just for style points. Oh, missed the jump. Ah, but before we leave town, that thing I said I forgot to do. We'll get the distribution right later. And let's see. More reflex saves and stuff. More spell power and stuff. And we're on our way back. So far, it's been a pretty smooth evening. Just shooting stuff, stunning stuff, because Greater Shout, for some reason, doesn't have a save right now, which includes when mobs use it against you. So the only one I've run into at the moment that does that is the boss in the Gatekeeper's Chain. What is her name again? It's Rosemary's Ballad, where you find the parrot at the end. The boss there casts Greater Shout, and it's yeah, it's just gonna stun you. That's what's gonna happen. There's no save. And as I heard someone say when referencing like Pokemon Nuzlocke and all, but I think it applies here too. When the game's gonna bullshit you, don't be afraid to bullshit back. So, if they're gonna stun me with Greater Shout because it has no saving throw, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I also have some Greater Shout prepared, and I will also stun things with it. Because if the game wants to do it to us, we can do it right back. Granted, I can do it much more reliably. Not that many mobs cast Greater Shout. But that's neither here nor there. By which I mean I'm making excuses for kind of exploiting it. Now, granted, I probably would have had Greater Shout on anyway, but it's hard to say that I definitely would have if it had a save on it. Oh, that's right, the Driders that spawn behind. Oh, that's Fear Reaper. That was the wrong button.
At one end of the chamber stands an inert large
Excellent.
portal gateway. This is where the drow enter the Temple of Loth.
Alright, he's going that way. I'll go this way, I guess.
Elminster has just arrived.
Unfortunately, because there are 3 of us, it's hard to know which side to go to. Because I recognize the names of both people in the party. Like, I'm confident that everyone here can clear, but I don't know how strong a build they're running this particular life.
A portal lies ahead. The interior of the city is so vast that the drow use magic to move between different sections of the structure.
So, don't know how fast they're going to be on their respective sides. It looks like I am solo on this side, though. So, we'll just have to do our best to race them and see which side gets done first. Of course, one big part of that is seeing if I get lost. Because it's easy to make wrong turns in here.
Drow guards stand a mute watch throughout this area. You'll need to take care of them before you'll be able to reach the spell component.
Pretty sure, yep. Got paratroopers coming in. Just gonna hit improved uncanny dodge. Cut it over here so we can stun everyone. And drop some AoE. I'll drop some more AoE. Oh, you weren't in my sight.
With its protectors defeated, you may now take
One behind me.
ceremonial dagger.
Oh, several behind me. We'll get the Rem chest in a second. And to be fair, it's not like I was really solo. I have bard songs. Bard songs are worth like at least half a person. As far as like sustainability goes, being able to, you know, take some hits and not have it just gradually chip away all your health. Like, would you like continuous healing for the next like 20 minutes? Yes. Yes, I would. It's amazing, in fact. It makes me want to play bard again. Now, one disadvantage of this build is I don't really have move speed on it, which is a bit of a pain. Like, I could respec it to get a sprint boost, but it would cost me a lot of points. I mean, it would cost me 8, but it would be like 8 from the tops of trees that I don't want to drop out of. I'd have to lose, like, full base attack bonus, or something along those lines. And it's just like, I'm not really willing to lose, like, plus 10 to hit. Ah, they beat me back.
The portal entrance is now clear. The Temple of Loth lies before you, preeminent in its position high atop the gigantic ziggurat.
You're too late to stop my scrying, surface dwellers.
Alright.
Now I will find the thread of the weave and deliver it to Loth.
It really kind of works out well, though, because what happened is the time it took me extra to clear that room was the time that they spent going back there to be ready and waiting to clear the way forward. So, it all works out.
Right into my hands. Loth, the thread of the weave is my gift to you. Now enter the portal, girl, and accept your fate. You cannot resist.
Oh, I thought these guys became aggressive like way quicker after standing up. Oh well.
Bless your servant as I slay these unworthies in your glorious name. Mother of spiders, send me your children to cleanse your temple.
Yeah, about that.
Why do you persist?
I'm just gonna chill over here.
Now she has the thread of the weave. Dark Mother, send forth your demonic minions to slay your enemies. Help me defeat your foes. Did I not bring you the thread of the weave?
Oh wow. That shot from the rune arm is ridiculously weak. Like, would you like to take an extra 150 damage? Like, when I get Shirati procs, it's like 5,000. That's such a weak shot. It's not even worth charging.
I can't die like this. Please, please, not like this.
You can and you will die like that. Yes, just like that. Now, should we gloat over, you know, killing that woman? Yes. Yes, we should. Because she was evil. Because she's a drow. That's how we know things. Because DDO... Well, not DDO specifically. Dungeons and Dragons. Classic racism. Now, granted, expanded universe, you got, you know, Dritz, who is, of course, one of the good ones. But, you know, this race is always evil. Are they, though? Who wrote the book that says they're always evil? Was it the people they're at war with? Well, there's your problem. Perhaps you should get different perspectives on who is evil. Now, granted, there is a certain amount of space in the in fantasy for things that are just pure evil, because sometimes you don't want a moral dilemma. You don't want to, oh, they were they've had a hard life and what environment made them this way. It's like, no. Sometimes they just want to eat babies, and you need to feel good about killing the baby eater who just does it because they like it. Like, I can appreciate a subtle villain, a villain with a real human with emotions and motivations who thinks they're the hero in their own story, but sometimes you just want a scene-chewing villain. Like, he's gonna chew the scenery, he's going to laugh as he eats babies, he's just going to revel in being evil. And it just makes it fun to beat them. It's like, oh, I'm sorry I had to kill him. It was the only way. It was a tragedy. Versus sometimes what you want. Sometimes you want the guy who's just like, yes, and I shall conquer the world. Ah, ha, 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 ha. And then you're like, no. And then you kill him. And everyone rejoices. Because there was no dilemma. You just needed to make sure that this guy couldn't murder everyone. And everyone agrees that murder was the correct decision. Oh, that's right. What are we getting this level? That's right. We can't get double strike. Double strike is available earlier than double shot for whatever reason. I think we're gonna get lightning power. Pretty sure that's what was on the planner. I don't think we have any more points here, right? Yep. I think that either this epic life or next epic life, what we're going to get is we're going to get a another points. We'll be up to 22 instead of 21. Which will be nice. It's not like amazing, but it's one more. So, alright, it is currently active. Good. Grab some free XP on the way.
Log into my web so soon, mortals? How interesting. It's a little late to try to. No, I wouldn't allow you here unless I gained some advantage from your presence. When you the lords of dust and
It's like, is it worth stopping for these? It's like, they only give a couple thousand, but on the same token, I've done nothing besides like pause for a couple seconds to like click on them as I go, and it's been what, like 7.5k? Like with this one, alright, so we're up to just like 10k for basically clicking on a few things on my way there. Is that like a huge amount? No, but why not? I should really check how many skulls we're running at, too. Oh, so it is at 3. Okay. I thought it was slightly harder than stuff had been earlier, but it does make sense if we're at 3 skulls instead of 1. Not that it's a big deal. As you've seen, we're not exactly struggling here. Of course, I don't know what route we're taking here.
A huge bestial form looms in the distance. A booming voice shakes you to your bones.
Mortals here, in my domain, show yourselves, weaklings.
Family Reaper gets to die. Spiders get to die. Let's see how this puzzle's looking. Wait, did we not pull the puzzle lever? Are people just scared of trying to do the puzzle?
Sigil. A peculiar-looking console lights up nearby.
I say as we get like one of the easiest possible solutions. I spent way too long at one point, like, just playing that game. Like, actually solving the puzzles, so I can usually just do it from memory pretty quick these days. Particularly if it's one of the known patterns like that one. It's just like, oh, that's a twofer. That's an annoying one. Okay. This is like one of the longest possible solves. Fortunately, it's an identifiable pattern. So it's an easy one for me to solve. It just takes a lot of clicks. I'm assuming we just bypass this, yeah? Yeah. Do I want to get us the extra XP? Oh no, we didn't bypass? Okay. It's a mess. Oh, he's solving it. Okay. If he's solving it, I'll run ahead. And yes, you can't just jump to the side there. Ooh, that primal spell is super effective. Like, even without the, like, quote-unquote right things for it, like, when I was doing an EK run, like a melee EK. Oh, another expensive one. So many clicks. Oh, remnants. Lots of remnants. Looks like we're not doing shortcuts. We're just like, we're solving everything. But it also works because I can do puzzles while everyone else is running ahead. And then, while he was doing the puzzle, I was running ahead. So, it's nice to be able to leapfrog each other like that. I should probably put my buffs back up, though. Or at least the short-term ones that had worn off. Okay. I did that one backwards, but it's okay. We can fix this. There we go. 3K. Oh, sorry. Like, basically 8K. Because not only did we get all of those, it was all of both. Like, you get a bonus for doing all of one type, all of the other type, and then for doing both types. So, getting the last one total, an extra 8,000. So it's like, sure, could we have run through it a little faster? But we get like an extra 12K. So that's got to be worth something. And I think we got, oh yeah, and we got an extra 3K on top of that because one of the Trials of Might that we did had a named dude.
The demon lord Grudamith surveys his domain from his perch up on high. You'll need to find a way to reach him.
Something tripped me for 400. That's not great.
You have defeated the Yugoloth Guardian of Wisdom, Nilithax.
Oh, hey. I was like, I'm going to heal myself. And then the rest of the party arrives, and they're also like, we're going to heal him. God love teamwork.
A button is recessed into the stone of this apparently
I keep forgetting that it's like, wait, no, we're on R3, not R1. I need to be slightly more careful. Not like a ridiculous amount more careful, but you know, just a modicum, a skosh, a slight amount. Or it's the part where you die.
condemned by his own trial. As he falls, metal and stone reverberate.
Of course, helps that I'm standing near the bard, so I have an extra like 200 temp health. and the bear in party says, "Sure, buddy, nice story." Like in response to the end, "This is where I rip you limb from limb." It's like, of course you do. That's nice, dear. And normally this is where you say V before hitting it, but this party is coordinated enough. We all know better. We're all right here. We see the orb. We know it's time to put our voices on. Well, I'm permanently wearing mine, so it's not time for me to put it on. I already had it on. But you get the idea. Everyone gets the idea, right? Hopefully. If you have not gotten the idea, please speak up and I will attempt to give the idea to you. I think I'm going too high.
Because you have kept me so entertained in your final hours of life, I will extend a courtesy to you once you are dead. I will place your remains on a fragment of
Oh. Well, one person decided to try to teleport to the old one, or to the final one, who's just like, wait a second. It's like, we're gonna jump off to get to the next. Wait, no. That's for the third. We still haven't done the second. The funny thing is, I almost did the same thing. I came out and I was like, time to jump off the... Wait. No, not time to jump off the side quite yet. Okay. This will be a little bit harder without having bard songs, but I am confident that I can get it started and that the others will catch up to me before I actually finish it, because I'm not that fast.
With that, the Yugoloth vanishes from sight.
I'm still not sure why I get purple colors on like the acid damage. Like, I don't think I'm debuffing them in such a way that they should take extra from acid. Like, I have the debuff from Fate Singer, but I'm pretty sure that's just Sonic. Like, it's not a MP, or it's not a, what is it? It's not like an MRR debuff. So I'm not sure why I get purple numbers on it, but...
To guard the orb entrusted to him by Loth, Kishnaurak fashioned 3 signs of power. While they hold, none may enter Ruin's Keep.
I'm trying to think, like, if I can get enough things. It's like,
For the
okay.
first sign. The sign has ceased, but
Yep. And the cavalry has arrived.
The sign of binding lies at the edge of the ruins.
I was like, wait, what is that metal thing? And it's like, I'm guessing that's what Spellsinger's songs are like. It's more of like a screaming guitar than like a lute,
The second
which is kind of
sign
cool.
floats just at the edge of the promontory. There must be a way.
Just walks up and they explode. Okay. Makes me want to be a caster again. But then again, there are certain advantages to being able to say like, you know what, this one dude, I'm gonna delete that one dude.
The sign trembles and then is still.
Meanwhile, the other spell that I cast earlier is making sure the rest of the dudes are dead. So
Beyond the
it's
second
win-win
sign,
at this point.
Ruins Keep can be seen. A dark
I do kind of like the hybrids.
And, to Loth's will, a solemn henchman stands guard before the third sign in the keep's barrier.
Okay, so my Shirati procs are only at like 2,000-ish. No, that one was for like 3.5.
The power drains suddenly from the sign in one violent jolt. You feel the third and final sign has been undone. The barrier the Yugoloth waits for.
And of course we'll get the bonus XP because it makes the next fight.
The Yugoloth agent
It's like, oh no.
first claim the door.
It's like, we're gonna have to fight his mercenaries in the end fight. They're gonna fall over immediately. And it's like, okay, we'll take the free 3k. 3,000 XP is a small price to pay for, well, just straight up murdering everything.
Champion of Loth holds court in the great hall of the Blazon with eyes the mercenaries. Why fight against me when you pay us more? Growls a Yugoloth soldier. They're yours.
And you're dead.
And your collaboration come to an end. More importantly, the orb is now within your reach.
And again, no warning on voice because
Orb disabled. Its power
we know,
no longer binds and
we
makes
all
it
know,
dead.
we're here. We're at the end of the dungeon. There's no one like who's catching up and running through who doesn't know exactly where we are. It's like, we're all here. We just did the fight. We know what we gotta do.
Through the ages, I have achieved my goals using wicked craft and brutal resolve. I expect no less from any who call upon me as their goddess, or from those that hope to best me.
Oh.
Fight
I
harder.
think I made it. Made it. Alright, at least 2 of us made it. And yes, we are all here. 5? Okay then. I'm gonna get wrecked.
Web has undergone a
Like, my damage is fine, but my my defenses are not.
creature snapped. You'll have to find a new path to the rift between worlds.
We'll do this one. I know there are guys here somewhere. Oh, there we go. They're in the trees!
Another ambush. It's as if these forces were
He's stunned. Thank you. Thank you. Gotta hit him with that stone cold stunner. Well, okay, in this case it's probably not quite the same stunner, but it is a stun. And it is the bottom line, because I said so.
the work of their chaotic goddess, the unstable vortex of the rift, or both.
I should probably have been on the cast. Oh, that's a Fury Reaper on a ledge. Ooh, that hurt a bit. Gotta keep that in mind. Fury Reapers are very high priority.
A magical barrier suddenly appears, blocking access.
Ah, I was like, alright, who's gonna touch it? It's like,
From behind and high above.
now I know who's going to touch it. There is a pet summoned to handle that.
The Spire Queen's domain. You cannot stop it. But since you are here, I will try a worthy combat. If you survive my tests, I will fight you myself.
Oh, wait. I forgot Despair show up in 5.
As he lowers his head to summon more adversaries, you notice that some of your life force fuses into the rift. It grows stiller and more solid. Still, it was far from stable.
That's Mark of Law. We need that to go away. That's a Stone Guard.
The barrier has gone down again. It won't stay down for long.
Alright, let's just pop no hold barred, see how many of these we can chew through. Alright, that's Strider. We appear to be lagging some, which makes this a little bit more difficult. Which is not great. Everyone's looking that way. I should probably face the other way. At least take out the casters.
Not quite as pathetic.
The Dragoff concedes.
Time for something bigger.
Mm-hmm. I should have hit no hold barred. It was on cooldown when the fight started, but it was ready like by the time it was at 75% health. It would have been worth it to hit.
And begins his summoning. The rift now appears to be partway stabilized. A little more effort should do the trick.
There is a Despair Reaper over there. And now there is not. Okay, alright. I'm saving the last no-hold bard for him himself. Alright, take out the caster.
Hideous face. The grin turns to fury as he looks a moment early and sees you in the rift.
Oh, I thought that was the last one for some reason. That's a Vengeance Reaper. You need to watch for circles. Yep, there it goes. Get everything else? Okay, we're good to kill the Vengeance. There we go. Last charge of No Holds Barred. That's a Vengeance. We need to look out for circles. That's a Light Bearer. That's Famine. We should be able to take out the Famine. That's a Vengeance Circle. Alright. Okay. I think we got it. We got it. Everything is fine.
The orb's power dissipates. Lord's defenses have been weakened. More important, Eberron is safe for now.
I was not expecting to go up to R5, but it did work out, despite getting multiple Vengeance and Despair spawns. But we are now flagged for Caught in the Web. I got closer to dying there than I expected. It's just like, oh, okay, right. I can't just face tank everything as long as I hit cooldowns. There are, like, caster mobs to consider who don't care how much dodge I have. Though, to be fair, I don't think I really started taking much damage until the bear died. At which point it's just like, well, guess who's next? It's me! I'm the problem. It's me. Well, okay, technically the enemies are the problem. I'm just the solution. And the solution is murder. Murder is generally the solution in Dungeons & Dragons. And it doesn't have to be. And it's not always the best solution. But it is always a solution. It'll work. It won't be the best option. In fact, it may add extra problems. But it will get rid of that one problem you are having. And if it isn't getting rid of that one problem that you're having, you are not using enough of it. If you add enough violence, it will solve any problem you can think of. Now, it might break some other stuff. It might make worse problems. But that particular problem will cease to be a problem. Of course, this is a bad idea to solve most problems. It's like, I have a crush and I don't know what to do about it. Murder them! It's like, but how does that help me? It doesn't, but you no longer have to worry about telling your crush that you're into them. Now, you might say that's a bit extreme, but as I said, it solved the problem. It made that particular problem no longer be a problem. It has presented you with many other problems, but it did get rid of that one. Now, do I recommend this as a problem-solving method? No. No, it is not a good problem-solving method. I'm not going to claim that it is a good problem-solving method. I'm just saying that it is. It is a way that will solve any problem poorly. but it will do the job. Are we heading into Don't Drink the Water? Actually, let's see what this group is up for next. But yes, let us double check our build here. So we're only 22, so we can't get any of the other stuff. We have enough plat on hand that we can just spend this on dumb things for now and come back later to fix it. Here, we'll get all skills. I have suggested Don't Drink the Water, because I asked if they were running more, and they were open to suggestions. So, Don't Drink the Water is right here. It's quick, it's easy. Looks like Tillamere's got to go grab some foods, which is fine. Oh, never mind. He's apparently in for Don't Drink the Water, because it's like, oh, we don't need to go anywhere. It's not a whole other chain. It's like, it's right here. And I don't think that this gets me Saga turn-ins, because I don't believe I have done Lords of Dust in Epic. I did it in Heroic, but not in Epic. Just going to put it on R3. Because no one else is here. I have made the executive decision. Not that I'm an executive, of course. Which was actually something kind of odd that came up in one of the Discord servers I'm in. Someone had posted a story, like a news clip, that there was a guy on a plane who apparently, like, peed on, like, the stewardesses or the air hosts or whatever the proper term is for them these days. And it seems that that person lost their job as, like, some sort of vice president at Wells Fargo or something. Which, of course, led me to question, but was he really like a vice president kind of vice president? Because I worked in the financial industry for a couple years, and they've got a lot of title inflation going on. Like, I was what you would call, like, a developer. And by that, I don't just mean, like, super generic. I mean, I don't think I was, like, a senior developer, but I wasn't junior either. I think some places would call it, like, staff developer, but my title at this place, which was a financial place, was assistant vice president. Apparently that's what like general like staff developer title is, because in the financial industry everyone really likes their titles. So it's just like, so is this guy who's like, oh yeah, he was a vice president. It's like, but was he really? Like, is he what you would normally think of as a vice president, or like title inflated financial industry kind of vice president? It's just like, I have no idea. I didn't get an answer to that question because, you know, who's to say? I'm just going to drop that and see if it works. Now, what I could do with some of these extra points before I'd leveled up, oh, that's Famine Reaper, would have been to take, like, Dragon's Breath as a second strike for when I'm AoEing, which would have been actually pretty effective, I think. I guess that wasn't enough to kill these guys very well. It's okay. We'll just stand here and build up some Archer's Focus stacks while we kill them. Ah, Telomere took the jump route. I always forget what the jump route is. Actually, now that I think about it, I believe there are several different jump routes here.
Yuan Ti appeared, emerging from impossibly tight crevices of the wall.
That's Fear Reaper. It's a dead Fear Reaper. No, I don't actually expect that to land on anything. Oh, it does land on things. Go figure. I'm not built for DCs, but I'm apparently built enough for DCs for here. By which I mean, I have high enough int, because I don't have like any like feats or talents to increase my DCs. I do have them to increase my marvels, but not my DCs. falls over.
Magical barrier blocked something seems wrong with
Hi.
the dryad in this cave, with water mostly poisoning its tree.
I don't actually know how to cure the trees. I just murder my way through the problem because, as I mentioned, it works. Is it not the best solution? It's not the most efficient. It's not the most moral. But it does work. That's a Fear Reaper. In fact, it's a pair of Fear Reapers and a Carnage on me. He's stunned, thank you. Oh, and a Plague. Getting lots of Reapers right at the moment. Let's just get our buffs going again. I don't feel like standing near a spawn. Like, without having displacement up. Is the boss now? Or do we get another wave? Like Reaper. Oh, and there's the boss. Now, I forget if I am actually getting rain on this build. I think I am. No, I don't think I am. I would need to double check. I might not have enough points to get it. Because I'm, of course, going deep enough into Draconic to get the 3 Imbue dice. And I'm going into... What? Ah, bonus chest. It's like, I know there's not a skip, because there's the wall here.
Find yet another Yuan-Ti barrier. You must be on the right track.
Whenever he says you must be on the right track, I think of the old Carmen Sandiego games. It's like a vile henchman. You must be on the right track. No, we're just here just because. Well, that's right. We added a 4th, so I've got another dual crossbower here with me. Yeah, I think I'm going deep into Shirati, so I won't have enough to go tier 3 Fate Singer for Rain. We'll see, though. I might have lost count of how many points I have to spend.
A large green dragon has made this cavern his lair. That must be the source of the Yuan-Ti's poison. The great beast looks at you and speaks.
The little ones promised wealth, but they said nothing of sending meals. There's no need to rush. You know, I'm always trying not to play with my food. Let's make it explore testing my patience, small one. I will melt the flesh from your bones.
Oh, he's immune to acid. I really should have switched to a different element before he got this low. Fortunately, he's not immune to all the sonic procs from Shirati and all. But it is a good question. Like, where would we want to go next? Like, Vaughn is good. The House D chain is good with like with spies and of course the Sentinels chain. So there's Vaughn, there's that. I mean, we can do Giant Hold. It's not like Giant Hold is hard, even under level. It's just usually I'd want to wait until a little later. I mean, technically there's Catacombs, but Catacombs has a lot of undead with like damage reduction, so it's like, meh. But if we actually look at level 20-ish epic quests, yeah, so there's the Carnival chain, there's the House D chain, there's of course these, and then there's what? I mean, there's House K, there's anything. Alright. I mean, there's also chronoscope. I didn't do chronoscope normal. I have suggested Vaughn or Sentinels as our next location. Or not location, next destination, I suppose. Looks like the Artie would like Stormhorns. Stormhorns is going to be significantly harder because it is much higher level than Vaughn and Sentinels. Do I have the waypoints? I forget if I got them this life or not, actually. Because I think I might have... I might have done like Slayers there, like while I was like waiting for something else to happen. Like in real life, it's just like, oh, I'll just run around and like do some Slayer-ish stuff. We could just do more Evening Star stuff with like druids and all. I mean, I know where... Alright, looks like we're doing Stormhorns. Alright, off we go. Unless he meant like Stormhorn Slayers, which is not something that's normally done. Let's see what sort of numbers we get from this instead. Now, if I really wanted to be doing well, I would have spent a bunch of extra stuff, and by stuff I mean toolkits, to yank filigree out of a what? To yank filigree out of a higher level weapon and actually had a good sentient level 20 weapon instead of still using my level 15 Sharn weapon. Not that I have like a good one. Like maybe if I had gotten the Storm drop, Storm being a heavy crossbow out of Demon Queen. And of course I could upgrade it to the epic version. So that would be super, super strong. But I don't have it. So I would probably have to fall back to using a Borderlands weapon, which isn't bad, of course, especially if I had like a 7 filigree slot thing in it. That'd be good for probably 2 imbue dice plus the range power and double shot that comes with what? The negotiator. Not crackpot negotiator. What is it? Crackshot negotiator, yes. The inquisitive set. Oh, apparently someone in party is listening to people rant about the OGL 1-1 reaction. So, if you're not aware, and I am probably not a great one to talk about this because I am not super informed on it, but essentially, D&D used to be distributed kind of under a license that, you know, if you make extra stuff to go along with it, you can kind of like sell that and it's cool. Like if you want to make modules set in D&D and using the D&D system so you can kind of add yourself into the environment in general. But see, what had happened is they, in their more recent version, decided that no, they don't want to use that license anymore, and they can essentially just yank whatever you've made and said, this is mine now. And that's not sitting well with people, especially because there's verbiage in there that essentially says, oh, the old license in the old versions, that doesn't apply anymore. So that's caused some concern. Okay, we're just going to switch to this, and we're going to switch to this, because I got rid of my general potency item in order to detect traps. So we're going to switch over to the slightly less damaging, but runs off of range power instead of spell power, Inquisitive Imbue. And we have the flexibility to do that, you know, because we do. But it does mean I am going to be a little bit more picky about trying to stay still. Because if I stay still, I get stacks, which give me range power, which is, of course, what this Imbue scales with, as opposed to spell power. No. Be stunned. Thank you. Oh, I need to get the hell out of here. That's assassins. Wait, incorporeal? Why am I getting incorporeal? Oh, that's why I'm getting incorporeal. Aha. So, I did not do ghost touch stuff. Like, I didn't care about ghost touch because I was getting it from my imbue. So when I switched imbues, it stopped working because I wasn't using it anymore. Okay, I'm gonna have to really use that a lot, because things are very unhappy with me and I'm taking a lot of damage. And thankfully, Artificer friend here is being very generous with his heals.
Noel, stand guard over a magic barrier.
Which I very much appreciate. But I'd like to avoid overly burdening him. Like, is it nice that I can be healed? Yes. Do I want to have to rely on it such that he can't do damage like he wants to? No. Now, obviously, I don't want to, like, force people to have to work around me.
A sinewy hill giant guards yet another magic portal.
What? I was sure that I had killed it. Out of ammo? I am not out of ammo. Alright, let's go. He's immune to a lot of things. But mostly what he's immune to is I deal stat damage on hit. If you'll excuse me, I have to fall now. This time I will hit this button instead. And I'll hit this button too. Hooray for defensive cooldowns, keeping me alive just long enough. Improved uncanny dodge. It's super helpful. Now, one thing that I am missing right now that I really wish I did have is improved precise shot. One downside to being an Eldritch Knight like this is that I don't really have base attack bonus. Which means that I couldn't get improved precise shot at like a normal level. So I'll be taking it at, I believe, 24. Like, my heals are not very effective on him, which is unfortunate. Wait, no, that's not the,
At last, I've made some headway with these damn eggs.
I do not expect this to work.
What they reveal must be beyond description. It seems I will be making an expedition.
And lo and behold, it did not.
Alas, I'll have little time for picnics or fox hunting while I'm there.
I am still killing most of the things, so I've got that going for me, which is nice. But I am still very squishy. Fortunately, I can at least throw stuns onto the assassins so they don't spin the bear to death. But I am out of cooldowns now, so that's a problem.
It was only in the last 10 days that I at last set foot in the Stormhorns. These lands seem filled with nobody's I feel my presence is not entirely unnoticed. Still, I am here, and not a moment too soon.
Okay. Alright. Shrine. Yes, shrine.
My first discovery. An
Hooray,
army of
we have no
giant
holds barred
spirits and other
charges again.
monstrous creatures gathering under the cover of the mountain.
No holds barred?
There can be no doubt
Barred?
they plan to invade Cormia.
No
I must
holds
get
barred,
back to the very
zizid.
first opportunity I find.
More ammo, because I don't feel like running out twice in the same dungeon. Oh, he gave deadly weapons. That's nice. Alright, let's see how well it goes.
The wizard Shy stands in the clearing.
This
barring
might
our
be
way.
problematic, but
You, she's Amskar has ordered your death. Nothing is painless for me. With a gesture, she draws on orbs in the corner. The magic orbs destroyed. Shy's shield goes down. Taking a breath, Shy deftly casts a spell, restoring both her shield and the orbs.
alright. The massive amounts of immune pop-ups are a little annoying. And the fact that he decided to walk
Taking a breath,
directly behind a tree from me.
casts a spell, restoring both her shield and the orbs.
Yeah, we're gonna retreat from that position. That position is no longer tenable for us.
This, the wizard says. Mirundion, come to my aid.
Goodbye. Got him.
The wizard wheezes with her final breath. Amskar took him up to the peak.
This time we will
Now, where did I
call for voices.
journal? Ah, you're here. Be a good sport and lend me a hand. My journal's wandered off.
It's right here.
Might have gone far. It's
We just need it to be interactable.
I've lost
Come on.
too many pages as it is. There it is. How did I ever miss it there? Now, I've got a great deal to tell you, but now may not be the time. I fear that any moment those sneaking Netherese bastards may...
Ooh, we got an extra. Dot is here. Excellent. That makes this actually even easier. Okay. So, the wildest thing to me about this area is that this zone was designed and put in before mounts were in the game. Like, this was a zone that you were expected to navigate on foot, of this size. Which seems like a poor decision. But maybe it just
the level range you got doesn't really make much sense, but it's all good.
makes it seem that it's that's larger, I suppose. I was trying to piece together what he just said. Something about like the level range doesn't make sense, which is kind of true. Like, doing these at 22 is not generally a good idea. Like, which is why I was like, how about Vaughn or Sentinels? And it's just like, how about this one? It's just like, well, these are significantly higher level. But, you know, with a group, I can contribute to this. I can kill some stuff pretty good. It's just I'll need to go back and clean up some lower level stuff later. Which is no problem, especially because this quest chain works into what? Into some sagas. But now that Dot is here, I will not be killing as many guys as I was before. Especially at 26. Just like, oh, I'm the short stack. Got it. What are the checks on it? Because I should be able to dip low. It's like, I thought that this was a perform check, but if it is Diplo, then I need to get out my my swap for that, as well as I'd hit ask questions first. Okay.
The harbor gestures to the edge of the camp. One of the rocks is an illusion. Here, it is gone now. You have a few minutes to prepare before the convoys arrive.
Alright, where are the dudes? They should be here.
No, snipe down.
Ah, they haven't spawned yet.
I'll correct you both below.
That's Fear Reaper. It's a stunned Fear Reaper. But it's still got a stack off on me. Oh, am I the only one that went to this side? Okay. It makes it a little bit harder, but we'll pull it off, probably. Oh, wait, no, we have a friend. That isn't quite the button I meant to hit, but it will work. Fortunately, I do have deflect arrows, which is nice here. Unfortunately, this dot is going to cause me problems, but it's fine. We will make it work. I do, however, definitely do not have the strength to push any of this stuff. Alright, so we do still need to grab the archers off of the lower area here. Like there's a ramp over here that there's some guys on that we'll need to take care of. But besides that, we're fine. And we should have enough time to rest at the shrine so we have enough of our enough charges for the actual like gauntlet part. Not that we're going to be like the star of the show for that part, because that's the AoE party. And well, I mean, I have okay AoE, I guess. Like I can drop my wizard AoE stuff. But it's just that I won't have all the stuff. I won't have improved precise shot, basically, is what I won't have. Alright, so we got like an extra minute or so to prep for this. Oh, is someone an Exalted Angel Mantle? Opposition. Who? Wearing green steel. Ah, you're an EA. Okay. I can just stand next to the bear for healing. That's super handy. Can you explain how this works? Okay. I can try. Is there a DM? Okay. So you're thinking of something more along the lines of, okay, his spell effects are really loud, so we're going to turn that down. So this, you're thinking of like Roll20, which is like playing tabletop D&D, but online. So DDO is actually an MMO set in Eberron and based roughly on 3.5 of D&D. So you can see that like the bear here and the glowing blue guy on the left and this guy who just showed up, those are members of the party. So those are other actual people because it is an MMO. So it works not like a lot of other MMOs, partially because it likes to keep some of the trappings of D&D, even if it is an MMO. So, for example, you don't get quests for like just running around and killing stuff. You get quests for, you don't get XP for running around and killing stuff. You get it more on an encounter basis. Like, every quest is basically its own encounter. Or every quest is, well, it's a quest, much like you'd have in D&D. And you get all of your experience and all at the end. They also did it similar to that with monetization, which is that it's kind of on a freemium model, that you can get basically quest packs, which if you've played tabletop D&D will be very familiar to you. You might know them as modules. So like a good example would be Temple of Elemental Evil. The Temple of Elemental Evil is a quest pack that you can get. So, but as for how it plays, as you can see, it's sort of a hybrid action and action bar type. So I have a bunch of abilities on my bar. Some of them come from feats, some of them come from other stuff. Because as I said, it's loosely based on 3.5, but the game is 16 years old and there has been a lot of, let's say, power creep in that time. So right now, this is an epic level party. I am level 22. The other people in the party are between 22 and 26-ish. So there's a lot of power creep. Not your, standard rats and all party. But there is a lot to explain. Yes, I am currently playing, and among other things, you can multi-class. I currently have 18 levels of Wizard and 2 levels of Artificer. Like, you can multi-class, which is neat. So, when you do character creation, you pick a class, you pick a race, and stuff along those lines. But I'm trying to interpret your question here a little bit. You don't do it before each quest. It is much more like an MMO style. You make that character, and then of course you can take them through various quests. Which brings up the end game / long-term grind, which is the reincarnation system, which is basically you get your character to cap, and then if you want like a permanent feat that gives you a small bonus to power, like if you're a barbarian you get 10 health, or if you're a wizard you get a little bit to spell penetration. So you can do that by resetting your character down to level 1, and that is the very long-term grind. If you're in for that sort of thing, it is not required, but it is one of the ways that you can do the end game besides like raids and all. Now, if you remember old school WoW, and I think they've gone back to it a little bit, I'm gonna go briefly into that thing I mentioned about power creep. Let's see, let's dimension door back to the beginning here. So, in addition to all your standard stuff that you have in 3.5, which is feats and all, we got talent trees. We got talent trees for days. You can have up to 6, but like every class basically has 3. Sorcerer has 5, but like Wizard has 3. Most of them have 3. But, if you're cross-classing, you can put points into several. I have points in Eldritch Knight, which is kind of a Gish Magic Knight sort of thing. I have points into Inquisitive, which is kind of a universal tree that you unlock through reputation with a certain faction. They fight with a crossbow in either hand. And I have points into Harper Agent, which is kind of another side class thing. So there is a lot of opportunity for complex character building. Of course, if you want to be a two-handed fighting barbarian with a big-ass axe, you don't need complex character building. You put your points in strength and constitution, you get two-handed fighting, you get power attack, and you cleave your way to victory. So it doesn't have to be complex. Okay, and we're back. I need to harass my ISP because the message I get on my computer for when that happens is that my network card shut down and became unresponsive and had to be restarted. The problem with that explanation is that I've replaced my network card. I've replaced my Ethernet cables. I've updated drivers. I have changed everything about my connection, including my hardware, and in fact, including the modem I got from my ISP. And that still happens once or twice a night. So, where was I? Oh, yes. You can make it very complex. You do not have to make it very complex if you don't want to. I have done triple class builds. I have done pure 20 levels of the same class builds. So there is a lot of variety, and it can be complex, but it does not have to be. Use D&D Beyond, but never a video game version? Yeah, this is, I'm trying to think where it falls on the, you know, purity to D&D sort of scale. Like, it started on it. It has really strong roots in 3.5. Like, you'll find the classes and all and the feats very, very familiar. But the way it plays is much more video gamey, and as I mentioned with the talent trees, there has been a lot of power creep over the last 16 years. Can you team up with... yes. Grouping is kind of standard MMO grouping. Like, you can solo things. Like, you do not need a party to do things. Especially if you're new, you might want to turn the difficulty down if you're soloing things. But you can group with whoever else is on, or you can choose to not group and solo. They are both viable ways of playing. There is also a little bit you can do with NPCs you can bring along. You can get hirelings. Hirelings are pretty dumb as far as their AI is concerned, but having like a cleric to tag along and you just tell them to like wait at the entrance and then you call them to you to like top up your health a little bit intermittently throughout the dungeon will make things much, much easier as you are learning quests. Because if you're just learning quests and you're on a first life character, no hand-me-down gear, no nothing, no quest knowledge, and you try to go in quests on, you know, a little bit higher difficulty, there is a decent chance that you will get yourself one-shot by a trap. So, personally, that doesn't really happen to me anymore because I've run most of the quests enough times that I know where the traps are. Like, does my character? No, but I do. So that's an advantage. But if you run with people... Now, here's the thing. Because I mentioned about the reincarnation system, one thing that this does mean is that there are people at all levels to group with. Like, it's not all the experienced people just sitting at cap and you'll have no one to play with while leveling. But, on the flip side of that, the people that you're leveling with and running with will probably be significantly stronger than you and more knowledgeable than you. However, another great effect of it being sort of an older game is that pretty much the whole community is aware that the game continues to persist because of the community. Like, this isn't like some newfangled game and like you're just gonna group with people and not care. Because the community isn't that big. It's an older game, it's a smaller community, and as such, it tends to be very welcoming. As long as you say that you're new, because it's been around a while, the baseline assumption is that you know what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, and you say that you're new, people will be very welcoming and eager to help you out. So, as long as you, like, say that you're new, I think you'll find people are very welcoming to new players. But we are... where are we? Okay. This is in interesting-ish quest. It's kind of a gauntlet-style quest where there's going to be a bunch of waves of guys attacking us. As I have 2 levels in Artificer, I am a Trapper, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of running around the edges here, just out disabling spell ward traps. Okay. No, I encourage you to give it a try if you're at all interested. It is free to play. As I mentioned with the freemium model, after a certain level, the number of quests that are free to play without having quest packs starts to thin out. But there is more than enough content free to play for you to decide if you're into it. Where do you find the game? I'm pretty sure you can just Google it, but it is on Steam. And you can also get the downloader directly from their website as well. I play it through Steam. I have never had problems playing it through Steam. Some people have. So, hopefully you're not one of them. Make your presence known. Alright, people are already positioned at the spawn point. So yeah, you can just get the client from the website or from Steam. Now, it used to be like you get the download, you get the launcher, and then it's like, yeah, just wait and download it overnight, because it was incredibly poorly optimized. It would take forever to download. About 2-3 years back, they kind of fixed that. I mean, yeah, give it a shot. If you really want perhaps a more authentic D&D experience, the hardcore server, the hardcore league is live. So if you want to try it out for the first time in permadeath mode, you can do that. Not knowing where any traps are, just trying to not die. If you're like into old school D&D with the potential for a total party kill, you can absolutely go that route. If you just want to go in blind, not knowing anything. Now, is it a good idea? Probably not. But might it be fun if you had a group of friends who are already familiar with D&D and know that, well, sometimes you're just gonna die? I don't know. Depends on what kind of players your friends are, and if that's y'all's thing. I believe the Hardcore League is active through the end of February. Oh, thank you for the follow. As for like how you do the Hardcore League, alright, good night. If anyone else here is wondering how to do Hardcore League, it's just listed as a separate server. Instead of selecting one of the normal servers, you select the Hardcore server, and try not to die. So yes, we do love our new and potentially new players here. So if there's anyone else who is lurking, who is just considering playing but doesn't know if they want to or not, I always encourage people to give it a shot. After all, it's free to get started, and there's more than enough content to figure out if you want to continue or not. That's a Famine Reaper. Yes, that reminds me of one of those, I think it was like an old Usenet kind of post. It's like old internet style, where it was a list of like bad mistake, like typos and stuff that people had made on exams or papers. And the one that comes to mind, because and it came to mind because of the Reaper there, was that someone in their like history paper was like, Samuel McCormick invented the McCormick Raper, which could do the work of 50 men. It's like, oh no. That's the McCormick Reaper. Why are they all behind the wall? How am I supposed to be able to kill everything if you're hiding it behind the wall? Okay, first of all, I should not be face tanking the Soul of Cruelty Giant. That's just a terrible idea, and I'm going to get myself killed due to overconfidence. Ah, tactical detonation. Very nice. That's a Famine Reaper behind me. Alright, off we go. I got a trap. He got most of the traps. Alright. Next. And then when we go back to get the quest for what goes up, I'll be able to take 23. Get some more cores. More spell power. More everything, really. Actually, I should be in lightning, not acid. Especially since I took spell power lightning. Yeah. Got 80 more. Wait, no. Oh, it's only 30 more. Now that these things have stopped hitting me, I might be able to mount up and actually go. We have a full 6-man party now, so should be pretty smooth sailing. We'll put on Fire Shield.
You are now inside the
Deadly weapons, thundering armor. Man, what luxury. What a luxury. It's so nice to have like a full group that actually has people who have buffs, instead of me, who has relatively selfish buffs. Yeah, with this full party, I'm going to be significantly less effective at killing things. As I mentioned earlier, now that Dot is here, my supremacy in killing has been questioned. I am no longer the kill leader. You have lost the kill lead. So what I need to do is change my playstyle to more specifically target things. Okay. Now I need to remember to stand next to the bear. The bear is running the Exalted Angel Mantle, so I can get to continuous healing by standing next to the bear. It also makes him way easier to pick out of the crowd. It's like, who do I stand next to? Which of these random people do I stand next to? It's the bear. the big furry one. Everyone knows it's sort of a healing proposition to be hugged by a bear. It's a good way to feel like warm and safe. Yeah, the rain of force damage is really nice for killing things. However, it is kind of a dot. It ticks down at every 2 seconds. It's not quite the same burst damage that some other people in that party have. We're just gonna chill up here, let other people handle the stuff down below. Except for the guys who decide to go directly under our perch, where we cannot hit them, but we can pick off these giants. Which most people don't even usually bother, because they don't do a whole lot, but... like, they're annoying, but they're not, like, dangerous. Like, they're not gonna really wreck you. Alright. Waterfall.
Then I fear you will be...
And down we go.
The passage ahead different than the areas above.
Now I'm just trying to think of what is the fastest way to do this next section. Because it is one that we can split for. Actually, wait, how many skulls are we in on? Still 3, right? Yeah, still 3. Alright. We need to just gather his stuff that's been scattered around. He's just lazy. Can't keep track of his stuff. Fucking air elementals. Oh, I didn't expect this many people to come in with me. I missed. This is fine. I can take a couple hits if I'm standing next to the bear, because the bear is continuous healing. I love me some divine bear. Alright, we got all we needed. Now, there is extra XP if you get, like, all of it, but do we really care? Not really. Oh, someone was already waiting at the giant for us to do it. Excellent. Very efficient.
You again. And you, Rungnir, as well, I see. There you are, liar, cries the frost giant, storming into the room. What are you really doing in my glacier? What are your true plans? That is not for you to know.
Wait, no, wrong way.
Giant. You have outlived your
But I love the cascading effect is like, I go one way, someone else follows me, and therefore everyone's just like in autopilot mode. You see the whole party just veer off that direction. It's like, oh. That was not the right way. That was someone going the wrong direction and everyone else following. Alright. Now we have a short pause, and then he's gonna try to get us. But you know, not particularly concerned. See, I already have full stacks of range power on. And I'm not the only one here. But yeah, as I said, Dot was gonna kill all the things, and I was just gonna try to keep up. I mean, I did keep up kind of, but you know, I'm not the carry in this particular party. Well, that's right. If they did this set of quests in Heroics, they don't need to go back to town in order to open up the next one. Which is fine. You still get Saga credit even if you're not on the quest. I just don't get, like, a quest reward, which is fine. There's nothing in the quest rewards that I think I would really need. Now, what goes up is ridiculously good XP. However, it's the final fight can be rough. Is no one actually on the quest? Okay. Well, I guess I will go get the quest. Just gonna get commendations. Just like, oh, well, everyone's going there. See, that's just another example of what happened before when I went the wrong way. They went that way, so I assumed, oh, they must have run it in Heroic. And therefore, it must be fine to just go to the next quest without going back to town. But you see, that was not the case. But I will take 23. I don't think this would put me over cap, but it might. Yeah, I only need 100,000 to the next rank. And this will give 5. Advance to the next epic level. Alright, you want this one, you want this one, you want that one. We're gonna actually reset this one. We want lightning. Blue. Blue. Accept. 1, 2, 3. 1. There. There. No, those whistling. Okay. There we go. Now I get to try to catch up to the rest of the party. I'll probably catch up to them in the, like, prison area. Alright, off we go. Let's hope they don't dismount me. Not because it's a danger, but just because it's an annoyance. Also hope these don't dismount me again, because it's an annoyance. Yep, there we go. Got dismounted. As we continue to try to catch up with the rest of the party. You might be wondering, like, what are these things with their noses like this? This is because the holiday event is active. The winter wolves get red noses and antlers put on them. Just because. It's just a silly thing for a bit of fun. Alright. R3, what goes up? What could go wrong? Besides, well, a lot. We're gonna make lots of extra arrows because we've run out twice so far. Because I forget just how many arrows I go through when I keep hitting in this fusillade as many times as possible. Because, well, the whole point of that ability is to dump arrows as fast as possible downrange in order to kill everything. And, well, the thing about dumping a whole ton of arrows downrange as fast as possible, I tend to run out of arrows. Especially since I don't have fletching or any talents like that, which will, well, give me returning ammunition. Fortunately, I have magical summoned ammunition. So, we at least have that. So it's not like it's like, oh, I have to go back to town. Especially since in Reaper mode, if you leave and go back to town, you can't get back in. There is no leaving and re-entering in Reaper mode. I was trying to explain some basic stuff to a guy on the DDO Discord earlier. He'd been gone for like 8 years. And 8 years ago is before Reaper mode was even a thing. So he was basically not even asking questions, but looking for places to ask questions. Essentially looking for resources, like YouTube channels and whatnot. Unfortunately, I have not made enough of that style content, so I could not direct him to my own. But we will see how all this goes and shakes out. What is my UMD? 39 UMD. I don't know if that's low enough. Now the reason we want low UMD here... Yes, very good. If you have low UMD, then extra traps spawn, which are a good thing for us because we want the extra experience we get for disabling traps. Alright, I guess we'll just nuke these guys down from far, far away. Ooh, a crest. Alright, we're gonna run this way. Someone has misunderstood the assignment. It's like, oh, that should be high enough. It's like, that... We're going for low, actually. Okay.
The key fits neatly into the netherese ore. Somewhere nearby, a barrier has fallen. Long fingers of darkness pour out from the sorcerer. A shape threaten to emerge.
Oh, that was the wrong button. Oh, she's hiding behind something. That's not fair.
As the shade falls, something shatters in the cell she came from. A small jewel key tinkles to the ground. Often now, in the chamber ahead is the myth.
Hmm.
It seems the spell to awaken it has already begun. Go on, I'll guard your path.
Alright.
The head wizard Celebrate speaks without breaking her part in the spell.
Yep, it is single target damage time. It's a shame that I don't hit very hard yet. Like, the Shirati procs for like 3000 sonic damage are good, but the rest is middling at best.
We were a bit late to stop the spell, I'm afraid. But look up. One of the marvels of antiquity. Alive before you are created by cold whipping winds and the brightness of an open sky. The
Yep, we're just gonna kill some dudes. Should I be doing this as a ranged character? Like, should I be running forward like that and camping out there? No, absolutely not. It's a terrible idea. Am I doing it anyway? Yes. Why? Because I play aggressively even when I shouldn't. I suppose it's a... That part always lags. Like, a bunch of guys all spawn at once. What are we gonna do? We're gonna lag. That's what we're gonna do. Let other people who rely more on their mana steal the mana things. And off we go. I'm sitting here, it's like, I'm dealing damage, and then the finger of death lands, and the guy just falls over. It's like, oh yeah, well, I guess you could just insta-kill them instead. I mean, if you wanted to. If you wanted to just make me superfluous. Now, the most important thing to kill here is the harpy. If and when it comes out. Because the harpy... There you go. Harpies. Go away. Harpies will sing the song that makes you pacified, which basically means you can do nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Okay, used recently means empty, apparently. Not that they recently put stuff into it. Oh yeah, you need to be stunned. If I let you live, I will die. And that's not something I'm down for right now. Stand next to the bear. Stand next to the bear. Please tell me they don't go all the way forward before my rest finishes. This rest shrine despawns if you start the next part of the event. Okay. I guess they all rested before I got there, or they didn't need it. Time to take down the flight pillars. We'll let the AoE people handle the ads. Meanwhile, I'll simply snipe down the flight pillars. they have it halfway down. Let me help you with that. What I lack in many other things on this build, I can do a lot for this. Oh boy. Not if this dude comes behind me and stacks this many dots on me. Alright, you need to stand next to the bear. Good bear. Bro? You okay there, bro? I hope we didn't bug him. Alright, we're just gonna roam around here and try to kill all the dudes. Alright, we're just gonna run and stay with the rest of our party. Oh, he only appeared for like a second. That's a plague reaper. The problem with champion ice elementals is that ice elementals do a multi-hit attack, and a lot of champions do extra things on hit. So it's like, I'm gonna add extra damage on hit. Or I'm gonna add an extra dot on hit. It's just like, could you not? Like, see that? Alright, that's one shadow bar down. There's another one. We got to stand next to the bear for a little bit there, so that's an advantage. Oh, more guys spawning. Fear Reaper spawning. Yeah, no. No. None of that. Shadow bars are down. Now we just need to find Amscar's spawn and finish him off. Yes, you do need to come down here and finish us yourself. Nope. The assassins have a chain spin attack that if a champ does it next to me, I probably die. Like, just straight up die before I can do much else. Which is why as soon as that spawned, we wanted to get out of dodge. That's Fear Reaper. Let's take out a Fear Reaper. And an assassin. Reaper goes down. Okay. Thank you, Amscar. Now, if you could Amscray, we would appreciate it. Actually, wait. No, that's the opposite of what we wanted. I want him to stay and fight. Yes, there we go. Sorry, I haven't been as talkative during this bit. I have been trying to not die. And I know that this actually hasn't been that hard. Fortunately, even if you die, you get teleported here. But despite the long final part of this quest, it is a ridiculous amount of XP. Like, there it goes. Boom. Right into the mountain. Yeah. Oh, you know how I said it's like that might cap me, but I don't know? The fact that we're eligible for a next level means yes, that would have capped us on XP. Just barely by 180. Not 180,000. Not 1,800. 180. On a quest that gave like 350,000. It put us over cap by 180. But yes, that quest was enough for a full 2 more points, because it's a pretty long quest, and it's a very difficult quest if you're not prepared for it. So the question is, where do we put our points in? Like, we don't have the Watchful Eye feat, and we already have auto search, so this isn't worth the points at this moment. But what we can do is we can put points over here into rain. So we do sonic and electric damage that scales with spell power. I mean, it's only on Vorpal. But alright, the party has broken up. And that is actually a great stopping point for us tonight. So we are going to make a quick check and see if we want to raid anyone. Because I think there's a couple people here. I think I talked to Midnight Queen Lillian earlier on today in someone else's stream, so we're just gonna hit up her stream. So I have not been to her streams, but she came relatively well recommended by the other people who were in chat in the stream I was in earlier today. So we're going to give her a quick raid and see how that turns out. And yeah, so I want to thank everyone for coming by and hanging out. Lurking, chatting, whatever it was you were doing. I appreciate all of that. And yeah, we will probably be back on tomorrow. So Thank you for that. Let us get this set up. And okay. I'm always unsure of... Okay, never mind. We have one viewer ready to raid, which is me. So we will abort said raid and simply say goodnight. So because the raid menu says I am the only one here, I'm saying goodnight to myself.